Yo, I got another message from the knowledge book, and y'all gonna want to hear this. This is about cancer. And this is coming from a being that just popped up out of nowhere and just started talking about it. But I got a good idea who this being is, even though this being does not tell us its name. And I'm gonna let y'all know who I think this being is. It says, question, please tell us about yourself and your system. Why aren't you interested in the world? Answer, we cannot describe our medium to you, the signs you call writing. We are at a different field of influence of the alternative level. There have been billions of years since we have forgotten the primitiveness of the word evolvement. However, I will try to talk to you about our medium, meaning they ain't going to tell you these messages being written. You're going to have to use your intuition, which I call spirit walking, in order to get this. So come on, y'all. Let's spirit walk because you want this information. It says, we cannot describe our medium to you. The signs you call writing, we are at a different field of influence of alternative level. There have been billions of years since we have forgotten the primitiveness of the word evolvement. Word evolvement. Not self-evolvement, word evolvement. However, I will try to talk to you about our medium. These places here is a tranquil time. There is no sound, no color, no feeling, no perception. Everywhere is without walls, without light. But there is no darkness. Here, other mediums take the place of light. There is a deep silence, a deep infinity everywhere. You cannot perceive this no matter how much we talk to you about it. The galaxies, and especially your own planet, are each a nest of microbes. Our energies are purified when we come to different mediums. Such a pure body needs a sterile medium. Listen to the words they're using. Such a pure body needs a sterile medium. This is why we keep away from galaxies, because galaxies are toxic. Now, as pure energies, we are in touch with you through a system you call the link line, in which in fact is a different system. Question, do you love human beings? Answer, love is a primitive feeling. It is recommended for those who are not evolved. Did you hear that? Love is a primitive feeling. It is recommended for those who are not evolved. Because if you evolve, you love anyway. It ain't something you trying to do. You already do. People who ain't involved trying to learn how to love somebody. So if you find yourself saying, I just don't know how to love somebody, it's because you ain't evolved. There go the answer right there. Question, on what level is your knowledge? What is tranquil time? Who are you in touch with? Answer, each knowledge emanates from us, meaning everything you know comes from here. Each knowledge, meaning each thing that you know, come from us. Tranquil time is a lake where all energies unite. Now, when this thing says that it has code words and keys, it unlocks things in you. Things are by symbolism, allegories, and ciphers. From what I'm getting from this place, all of your positive energy goes there. All of the energies about yourself goes there, and it meets up and it creates a lake. If you think about it, it is a lake, but the lake is called tranquil times, and it's not a lake, it's a place. Wordplay. May I ask information about cancer from you? What is the cause of this illness and how can it be cured? You're going to want to listen to this. Answer, I can answer your question. The cause of this illness is stress. In the moment of stress, the secretion glands in your body upset your cellular phenomenon. You cannot be aware of the change taking place there, because when cells cannot continue to do their actual duty due to atomic division, They call for help from each other in order to survive. From then on, those cells are a different kind of living entity. They do not belong to you anymore. From then on, they live symbiotically with you. However, since the toxins they discharge upset the electrical balance of your body, this leads to the event you call death. In fact, when your electrolyte balance is upset, this situation lessens the power of resistance, causing death. Meaning, when you holding on to stuff, when you speaking negative, when you being a dang on cancer, you get cancer. When you doing cancerous things, you get cancer. When you hanging out in toxic situations, it's nothing but a cancer. But it's saying that your emotions, the frequencies that your emotions create cause sicknesses, and it causes cells to divide. Meaning, these cells on some more stuff. They ain't on the good stuff. They ain't on the healing. Now these cells working against you. These cells no longer belong to you because look, they ain't even listening to you no more. They got you thinking that you're gonna die. They done set up a fear in you that's so strong, it's causing you to secrete. And when you secrete this energy, it gets in your glands and it makes you sick. So if you find yourself saying, oh my God, this stressing me out, get out of the situation. When you find yourself saying, oh, I can't deal with this no more, that means you probably cannot. You might need to do something else. When you find yourself saying, I don't feel comfortable in this situation anymore, I'm not putting up with it another day. You better listen, because this is your healing talking to you. What are the means for curing this illness? What are the medicines, ways, or other means and methods? This was the question asked, and this was the answer. The cure is spiritual strength. It can be explained as follows. What you call moral supports your inner potential power. And this reinforces your inner balance. Meaning, if you got morals, you need to keep them. You need to stand up for them. You need to stand on them, with everything in you, because this is your potential power on the inside. In fact, this is not a terrible illness, but the fear secretion weakens the cells. It divides and distorts the tissue. Oh God, listen at this. The cure is spiritual strength. It can be explained as follows. What you call moral supports your inner potential power. And this reinforces your inner balance. It gets you back on track, boo, when you stand up for what you know is right for yourself. In fact, this is not a terrible illness, but the fear secretion weakens the cells. It divides and distorts the tissue. In such a situation, just concentrate your inner potential power on a single thought. I'm going to read it again. In such a situation, just concentrate your inner potential power on a single thought and influence that part. Medicines are the methods of destroying the cells by means of acidic influence. Curing by means of rays is also the direct effect of the same method. The medicine of cancer is discovered and it is in use, but its influence field is limited. Question. What is the influence of irritation on cancer? I require more detailed information, if you please, and I do too. Answer. Small remnants and particles within the air causes irritation in respiratory systems. Cells are distorted and the wounds opened as the result of any kind of irritation. The only cause is the breaking up of the inner membrane of the cell, causing it to renew itself in a different way and trying to survive thus. Such a degenerate cell, which has become a foreign body, is attacked by the other healthy cells. They do not want it in their medium. To defend itself, it secretes a toxin which destroys the cells around it. Now, this very toxin gradually poisons the body and destroys its electrical equilibrium. This is the cause of death. Now, If I tell you something which will shake the entire world, do not be surprised. In people who constantly take minerals, cancer is not seen. Iron, copper, and chromium, chromium, have the cobalt effect on the body. Maybe it will seem odd to you, but mineral springs have the best curing effect. In this illness, antidote and yogurt are very effective. Potassium, iron, copper, and chromium must be taken without fail. Eat raw green vegetables in a raw poultice form. Do gymnastics. Being inactive is most detrimental. Question: if I would not disturb you, what do you advise for liver disorders? Answer: aloe is very good for liver, gallbladder, and stomach disorders. If you drink sweet marjoram, marjoram, lemon balm, peppermint, and juniper, great benefits will be obtained. Question: thank you very much. Who is dictating this message? Please give your name. Now, y'all, listen to the answer. Names belong to you. Words belong to us. The pen belongs to you. Essence belongs to us. Goodbye. May you be in health. Answer: name belongs to you. Physical. Words belong to us. Frequency. The pen belongs to you. Physical. Essence belongs to us. Frequency. Goodbye. May you be in health. Now let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Y'all know who I think that is? I think that is healing. I think what's talking is healing itself. Now, you know, on my channel, it's all about words, but these words are introducing themselves as they are, which is a deity. Remember, God spoke. He didn't get down and bend and hammer stuff and get splinters in his hands and calluses and break his back. No, he said man will work by the sweat of his brow, meaning think, read. Let your intuition go into what you're grasping, right? It says we're in a place with no walls, no colors, no sound. And we on the outside of the galaxies, meaning we got to tackle what you done created on the outside. You done thought wrong so long, your words done created sicknesses. Your words done created things that destroy the earth. So we are what? Terminate things. It says we have to be in a sterile area, meaning you ain't that sterile in here. You got a lot going on in here. So they're not found in here. They're out there, and they're at a place called the Tranquil Lake, meaning if you find the antidote, and these are codes unlocking in me, y'all, so grip this. The antidote is the thought. The antidote is the something that event that happened in your life. The reason we have experiences is because you can take one of those experiences and help yourself out. You find out a time in your life. Remember, go back to your first love. I get that. Remember the ciphers. It says go back to your first love. Not meaning you find that joker you was in love with the first time you fell in love. No, go back to what made you happy. Go back to that memory where everything was working out, when you wasn't sick, it was nothing to complain about. And we've all had those moments. If it was just chilling on the corner, smoking, laughing with your friends, and that whole day, everything went good. But it's embedded in you. It's something you talk about all the time. When you get depressed or when you get down, you go back to that memory. Now you need to use that memory as medicine, because it is the antidote. And then it says eat yogurt. Eat yogurt. Take your minerals. People who take minerals, the celestial being says you don't find cancer in them. See, they dropping gems. It's in order for you to pick them up. It's in order for you to use your intuition. But this is a powerful book. When I tell y'all, this book is alive for real. This being just pops up out of nowhere and just start talking about health and start talking about cell division and what causes the cells to divide. And when the cells divide, they're no longer your friends. They no longer against you. Them things on something else. So the cells that you got left, the ones that are in agreement, they depending on each other to fight this thing. They depending on each other to get rid of this thing. Now, if you ain't in your right mind, you leaving them to fight on their own. But if you go to that tranquil place, if you go to that place, that moment, that memory, that thought, as it said, that's an antidote, then you create an electrical frequency inside yourself and you create a balanced equilibrium. And the equilibrium is you having balanced thoughts. So if you get that big word C, if that's the report the doctor gave you, remember it said this ain't even a serious illness. Whose report? You gonna believe the celestial's report? Or you gonna believe your doctor's report? See, it's time they making us be responsible. It's time for you to stop just focusing on being human. You're going to have to start recognizing your spiritual side. You're going to have to start acknowledging the supernatural things that happen to you. You're going to have to start focusing there. You're going to have to go there to get your medicine. You're going to have to go there to get your bullets. You got to go there to get your protection. You got to go there for your healing. See, it said we out here, we in the place where we terminate things. Tell me that's not healing. That's why it said, who giving this message? That mom said goodbye. Names belong to you. Words belong to us. The pen belongs to you. But the essence belongs to us, meaning you can't fake it in here. You can't pretend like you being positive. You can't pretend like you believe and you really don't believe. So since you don't know how to be a pretender, which is me, I don't know how to be fake, y'all. I be trying, but it just don't work out for me. I go to the realistic stuff. I go to prophecy. And prophecy is testimony. And testimony is something that already have taken place. Prophecy is things that already taken place. So if you got a memory, if you got a thought, it could be your dog that made you feel so good. Go there and rest. Go there. Take that sickness there. Let that sickness feel how good you feel. See, you're going to have to learn how to fight with your intuition. You're going to have to learn how to fight with your gut. You're going to have to learn how to fight with your instinct. You're going to have to learn how to fight with your imagination. Because you're dealing with something you can't see. And you are the thing that you cannot see, but you need to get a hold to your powers. It says when you're in fear, fear creates a toxin, a secretion that goes through your glands. So if there's no fear, guess what has to come in? Love, healing, light, affection. You're not going to focus on the big C. That's just letting you know you got something to work on. Something in you is imbalanced. Your thinking is off. Or maybe you being a cancer to somebody else. You could be a cancer spreading cancer. It all goes back to self. What are you? Who are you? What are you presenting? What words are you carrying? What words are you serving? What words are you dishing out as a meal? What type of words are you taking in as nutrition? Whose report are you believing? The pen or the essence? I love you.